Hello, dear ones. Greetings from All Saints, South Fairfax Road, Bloomington, Indiana. Christ is risen. Father Peter John here, and I told you I would tell you the story of Elijah being fed by the ravens, and so I wanted to share that with you today. We are in 1 Kings chapter 17, and Elijah had been told by the Lord to go and to dwell by the brook Cherith, which runs into the Jordan River. And this is beautiful. Listen to what the Lord, this is actually a very kind of a short pericope here, but listen to how beautiful this is. God says to him, "And it will be that you shall drink from the brook, and I have commanded there ravens to feed you." How awesome is that? He's commanded the ravens to feed his prophet. So this is really significant because there's a great drought coming in the land. And Elijah is going out to the brook Cherith, and he's going to be provided for. When the water's drying up everywhere, he's going to have his own personal brook. And so he goes and he sits under a broom tree, and the ravens come and they bring him bread in the morning and meat. And then in the evening, they bring him bread and meat. And so he stays there as long as there is water and bread and meat for him to eat. But it says, it happened after a while that the brook dried up because there had been no rain in the land. So think about this for a minute. It's like I said, it's a really short story, but I don't want to miss the importance of what's going on here. First, God tells Elijah to go to a certain place. And he says, "I'm going to take care of you there. You'll have water and food because I've commanded the ravens to take care of you." Then he gets there and he finds it just as he had been told. There is a broom tree for shade. There is the brook for water. And then there is food from the ravens morning and evening. But listen to how this pericope ends. The brook dried up. Oh, wait a minute. That doesn't make any sense. Why would the Lord send him out there knowing that the brook was going to dry up? It's a good question, isn't it? I mean, does it seem like a cruel joke? No, of course not. It just shows us that God was providing for his immediate needs. And that when it came time for the next step in Elijah's ministry, in his calling, that God would provide the means to the next step as well. And what actually happens here, you may recall from, I think last week it was or something, where I told the story of the widow of Zarephath, right? Where the prophet Elijah was told, now that the brook had dried up, to go and meet this woman, this widow of Zarephath, and she would provide for him. Of course, we remember what happens there. If you don't remember, either read it or go back and watch the other video. In any case, God provides for us. And sometimes we think, wow, well, I mean, he got me by for a week, but now what do I do? God wants us to trust him completely, totally, absolutely, with our whole heart. They that wait upon the Lord will renew their strength. They will rise up with wings like eagles. They will run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. So our calling is to be faithful, to believe God at his word, and to serve him regardless of whether or not things are going the way we expected them to go, how they would go if we were God, or how we see them going for other people. Don't compare yourselves to other people. That's dangerous. It's just important for us to trust God. In the midst of the shutdown, trust God. What's going to happen afterwards when we start opening up? Trust God. What happens if there's a break in the food chain, the meat supply is waning? Trust God. What if there's a drought? Trust God. Let's trust him together, because we certainly have enough proof of instances where he has been so faithful, both to us and to so many others in the past. The blessing of the Lord and his mercy come upon you through his grace and love toward mankind. Christ is risen. Indeed, he is risen.